Good evening and welcome to tonight's ball game. The away team for tonight is the Southwest 8th grade Cougars, and the home team tonight is your 8th grade Central Warriors.
Looks like a great game we have tonight here. Highly requested rivalry game tonight.
Yes, it'll be a good one. Last year's was a good tilt, and we're only moments away from the opening kickoff.
Looks like the Cougars are kneeled in the far end zone, and the Central Warriors are still practicing. Looks like the Cougars getting ready to enter.
It should be a good game tonight. This one seems to always bring out the best in both teams. Rivalry that goes back years, but now both teams, it's appropriate we're at Wildcat Stadium because both teams will eventually see these players in Wildcat uniforms, some of them next year at this same time.
Have to say, Warriors have beat the Southwest Cougars 13 years in a row.
Wow, that's a mighty nice streak, so to speak, isn't it?
Yes.
So hopefully get the referees on the field. It looks like they're coming. So tonight, captains are about to flip the coin. Captains for the Southwest 8th grade Cougars are number 9, Jacob Huntington, and number 77, Grady Smith. For the Warriors, the captains are 33, Hudson Brewer, 34, Ross Haney, 56, Latimer Wilmoth, and who is that name? 32, Luke Adams.
Central Warriors and Southwest Cougars. Central captains at 9.
I am really looking forward to seeing these two offenses clash tonight.
These are, for 8th grade teams, these are two very, they're both very large teams, both in girth and in size, girth, and in numbers. So I look forward to a good ball game tonight. So the referees are coming in the middle of the field right now. Hopefully we'll get the coin flip and get this game a-going. We're about 3 minutes away from kickoff.
Most of the field is covered up by the press box, but there's still some sunshine in the sides of the field, about 20-yard line to the end zone on each side.
Yeah, the weather's nice, a little warm. Every now and then we get a little sun rain on us. That's a great time for football. The field's made for this, so we'll see how everything gets going. All right, the captains are now meeting in the center of the 50-yard line on the H and the B. Hopefully we'll get this coin tossed, introductions, and get this game going. Captain introductions have been made. Coin flipped. Looks to be that Central won the flip. Oh. I'm wrong. It appears that Southwest won the coin flip. They will receive. Running from left to right. Central will be kicking off to begin the game and defending the Southwest goal line. We're only moments away for kickoff.
I have asked Coach Jones, and he said that his team is pumped up for this rivalry game this weekend.
Coach Jones is pumped for every game, but yes, this one usually always brings out the best in the competitive juices. So here come the Warriors. The line of cheerleaders, fans are ready, and here comes Southwest to their side.
Kickoff team is being formed on the Central sideline right now.
Right. 81, Christian Ramirez is teeing the ball up on the 40.
I think we all know up here in the booth that Christian Ramirez can kick a long ball.
I wouldn't be surprised if this one doesn't carry all the way back to the 15, 20-yard line. So back deep for the Cougars, it'll be number 7. Cook. Also deep is number 1, Alex Umana. He's standing back at about his own 8, whereas Cook is number 7. Cook's about at his 11. So Christian has the ball teed up, and the whistle's blown. And we're off. So Christian's kick is fielded by 12 on about the 35-yard line. Number 12 would be Caleb Keller. Caleb, though, ran backwards, lost about 5 yards on the kick return. So the Cougars will start out 1st and 10 from their own, appears to be 32-yard line.
Looked to be a pooch kick by Christian Ramirez.
We'll see how they line up. Number 68, Enrique Martinez is over the ball. He'll be snapping back to the starting quarterback, 1, Umana. Umana takes the pitch up to the right side. He's tackled by 34. Ross Haney for what appears to be about a 2-yard loss. Brings up 2nd down and a long 12. Ross really filled that hole quickly, didn't he, Zane? All right. So all right, they're split out. Wide right, wide left. Looks like, again, it's a sweep over the left side. Oh, good. First initial contact by 56, Latimer Wilmoth, and then eventually taken down by 65, Jake Fontanopoulos, and number 30, Chris McGehee. Looks like it was another yard loss, brings up 3rd down and 13 on the Cougar 29-yard line.
Great job by Latimer Wilmoth to penetrate that pocket and almost get a sack.
Yeah, he made a great run. So the defense is set. Umana takes the snap. Up. Looks like the Warriors jumped off sides. It's going to cost them 5 yards. So after the referees walk off the penalty, it is now 3rd down and 8 from the 34-yard line.
About 8.
Umana drew him off. Good hard count, and what, 2 or 3 of the Central Warriors jumped off sides. So Umana is set back next to him. It's a pass. He throws high, and it's incomplete. Great pressure put on by 17, Connor Nichols, who got to the quarterback, but just right when he threw the ball. So he overthrew his intended receiver, which was 12, Caleb Keller. Brings up 4th down and 8 from the 34-yard line. Oh, this is interesting. Keller is standing at his own roughly 24-yard line. Snaps back. He punts off to the left side of his foot. Warriors are saying to get away from it, and it goes out of bounds at the 42-yard line. So the Warriors are going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line.
Had to be a scary punt for that kicker. That was almost blocked.
So the Warriors will line up with Chris McGehee at left tackle, Amari Tarrio at left guard, Jake Fotenopoulos over the ball, Porter Ball at right guard, Latimer Wilmoth at right tackle, flanked to the right by Austin Jones and Brett Wisham. So 15, handoff. 15, Keegan Lehman hands it off to Hudson Brewer, who makes about a 13-yard gain on 1st and 10. Nice pickup, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I have to agree. I talked to Coach Jones this morning, and he said that they're sticking to their basics on offense and making sure they're running the power and counter and being ready.
All right, so Keegan Lehman is quarterback. Behind him is Hudson Brewer, who made that really nice run. I would give a nice inside handoff to Hudson Brewer around the right side. He cuts up the field. He's at and he's out of bounds at around the 21-yard line. A great run. Boy, I want to give a shout out to a great block on the edge by Porter Ball, don't you think? Really freed him up there. Great block.
Great job by Porter Ball on that block, but a great stiff arm.
Yeah, it was really good. So we're coming up now 1st and 10 from the Cougar, what is that, the Cougar 25. Keegan takes a handoff, hands it off to Brewer. Brewer goes right up the middle. Oh, that's another nice gain. Roughly 15, 16 yards. Great run on the left side. The left side of the offensive line really blew up a big hole. That brings up 1st down and goal to go from the 9-yard line.
From the 9-yard line.
Lehman takes a snap, inside handoff to 34, Ross Haney, and Ross Haney goes in over the left side untouched for a Warrior touchdown.
I don't think the left side of the defense was ready for that, honestly. They've run it to the right side and up the middle every time.
All right, so 13, Cole Thompson is going to kick the extra point. The holder is going to be 15, Keegan Lehman. So the snap's back, down, the kick's up, and it is good. So with 4 minutes and 58 seconds left in the first quarter, it's the Central 8th grade Warriors 7 and the Southwest 8th grade Cougars nothing.
I think the offense performance out in this first quarter is definitely what I expected. I knew that they would come out with an aggressive play.
I think that line, Zane, is really just putting some leather on leather, as the old guys would say, isn't it? Really opening holes and pushing that defensive line back.
Agree.
All right, so we have Christian Ramirez has teed the ball up. Here comes the kickoff coverage team out. Again, as I said before, number 7, Cook, and 1, Umana are back deep for the Cougars. We're in play. Christian really gets his foot in this time. Umana takes it on his own 14-yard line. He's up the left side. Oh, and he is stopped at about the 25 by 30. I can't see that number, Zane. Who was that? 34, Ross Haney. Nice open field tackle.
Looked like a flag was thrown.
Really? Where at, Zane?
On the 30-yard line, I see a flag.
Well, we'll see what that call is.
I think it might be a holding call, but don't really know for sure.
Holding on the receiving team. That'll back them up another, 10 yards? So they're going to begin deeper in their own territory. All right. So after a nice return of about 12 yards by Umana, they're backed up. So it'll be the Cougars' ball, 1st and 10 from just outside or just in front of the 15-yard line. We'll say the 16. Umana now is flanked to his left by 56, Ivan Lott. Hands it off to Lott. Lott goes through. Breaks through a first line of tackle, but is eventually tackled by number 32. Luke Adams, who wrapped him up around the legs, and number 20, Austin Jones, came in there at the end. So it's 2nd down and 4 from roughly the 22, 23-yard line. Umana takes it, hands it off to Lott. Lott's up the middle. First tackle by, looks like 56 was in there, which is Latimer Wilmoth. Ross Haney was in there on that tackle, and so was 22, Henry Acuff. So now it held him to a 2-yard gain. It's now 3rd down and 1 from the 25.
Have to say, great job by Luke Adams. That swim move was beautiful.
Oh, another handoff. Oh, good stop in the hole by 30. Chris McGehee, but just powerful legs by Lott, and he pushes the pile all the way up to the 31-yard line for a gain of about a hard 4 or 5 yards. Brings up 1st and 10 for the Cougars. All right. Umana with Lott to his right. In motion is 6. Lott gets hit right in the hole by 30. Chris McGehee appears to be for a 2-yard loss. What a great tackle.
Strong tackle by Chris McGehee.
This Lott is a big, stout running back, is he not?
Have to say, yes, he is huge.
All right. We got 2nd down and 12 from the 29-yard line of the Cougars. Seven Cook. Umana's back to pass. Oh! And he's hit. Sacked by 22, Henry Acuff, on what appeared to be a corner blitz. That is about an, oh my goodness, that was a 9-yard loss back to the 20-yard line. Blind side.
That was a beautiful tackle by Henry Acuff. I don't think you could have asked for more on it as a defense coach.
Yeah, I don't think Umana saw or heard that one coming from the blind side, did it? Well, it brings up 3rd down and 21 yards from they're backed up now to their own 20. Well, Umana takes the snap, hands it off to Lott. Lott's first hit by, it appeared to be 51, Camden Cleveland. And then, who else was in there? Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, 53, which is Amari Tario. Brings up 4th down. There was about another yard loss or so. They're at their own 18 and a half, 19 on 4th down and what appears to be acres to go. Sorry. Keller's back to punt again. His punt is taken. It's kicked. It's rolling and rolling and rolling and it's going to be downed at the Warrior 47-yard line. Well, the Warriors will take over on offense.
I've seen a great job by both the defensive line and the offensive line tonight. That defense is finding a great way to penetrate the backfield, and that offense is really doing a great job of blocking.
Well, and I would say that both those linebackers, the Will backer and Ross Haney and 30 Chris McGee at the Mike linebacker, are doing an excellent job. All right, so Keegan Lehman is flanked by Hudson Brewer straight behind. 32 Luke Adams moves to the left side of the line. Handoff to Brewer up the middle. Oh my goodness, he's at the 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Warriors.
Touchdown Warriors.
A 53-yard touchdown run over the left side by Brewer.
A 53-yard touchdown run.
I have to say that Brewer, both times he's gone to the left side, he has scored. So maybe Southwest needs a little help on the left side, but I have to say, great job by the Southwest line to penetrate. If it wasn't for them, I don't think the score would still be 13-0.
Oh. All right. Good. So 13 Cole Thompson's PAT is good. So with 56 seconds still remaining in the first quarter, the Central Warriors, 8th grade, are up 14. The Southwest Cougars 0. All right, well, Christian Ramirez has the ball teed up. Kickoff teams now running down the 35. Back deep again is Cook, 7 and 1 Umana, the quarterback. They're back around their 20 to the 22-yard line. Up. There we go.
Back deep for shotgun.
All right, so the whistle's blown. Ramirez puts his foot into it. It's fielded by Umana at the 15. He's going up the left side. And again, Ross Haney gets down there in a hurry and holds him to about a 9-yard return. Good individual open field tackle for Ross.
Ross Haney has not missed a tackle on the kickoff yet today. I think that's a great job. See what the Southwest offense can do here.
Another plays in. 25-second clock is running. All right, snap back. Hands off to Lott. Lott's first met in the hole by Haney. And then wrapped up, let's see, who else is in there? 50. Porter Ball is in that on that tackle. So it's about a 3-yard gain up to around the 27, 28. 13 seconds left, though. It appears that the Cougars are going to let the clock run out, and we'll start the second quarter. Flip ends. 2, 1. And there's the end of the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, it's Central 14, Southwest 8th grade 0.
Have to say, Central came out just like I thought they would. Great offense, great defense. They've scored twice already, and I think they're going to keep it going.
I've got to be honest, though. This young man, Lott, the tailback for Southwest, he's really pounds the rock up the middle, doesn't he?
Have to agree with that. He's a big guy and really getting those holes, and he could end up being really good later on in the game.
You can love where you live and play at an apartment community managed by Lindsay Management Company.
Cougars will start second quarter with the ball. Be second 7 on about the 27-yard line.
All right, 14, Junior Lameto over at the center. Snaps back to Umanu, hands off to Lott over the right side, met in the hole by 30. Chris McGee and a whole bunch of Warrior defenders.
On the carry.
Appears to be about a 4-yard loss,
Number 30, Chris McGee.
So it brings up third down and a very long 11 from the 23-yard line of the Cougars. All right. Umana's back to pass. Oh, and it's cut in front. Who was that? That is 15. Keegan Lehman, who just cut in front of that pass to the left side, originally intended for 12, and takes a pick 6 all the way to the house.
Quarterback Keegan Lehman just scored a defensive pick 6. Have to say, great job.
Oh, there's an injury on the field.
You can love where you live and play at an apartment community managed by Lindsay Management Company. Affordable apartments with awesome amenities, including clubhouses, fitness centers, pools, tennis and basketball courts, and playgrounds at select locations. Many locations also include golf privileges, business centers, game rooms, tanning beds, whirlpools, saunas, and resort-style swimming pools. View rates, photos, and apply online at lindsaymanagement.com.
One, Umana.
Cole Thompson will be attempting the extra point.
All right, it appears that Umana was hurt. The quarterback was hurt trying to make the tackle. 13, Cole Thompson again in for the extra point. Kick is up and it's good. So, wow, 50 seconds into the second quarter, Keegan Lehman intercepted that ball at about the 22-yard line and ran untouched back into the end zone.
You know, the Southwest Cougars and the Central Warriors are a crosstown rivalry game, but I have to say there is some camaraderie in there.
They'll both end up as Wildcats one of these days, won't they? Sure is good to see that some of the Warrior trainers, not Warrior trainers, but the HAR-BER High trainers are evaluating Umana here on the sidelines, and it's good to have them out here and know that they're here for the safety of these young men. All right, Ramirez has the ball teed up.
Take care of the kickoff for the Warriors.
And his kick is up. Fielded by number 7, Cook. Cook tries to take it up the right side, and he is, ankle tackled there first by 33 Brewer, but he took a whopping there from Latimer Wilmoth. So the Cougars will take over on their own 31-yard line.
Umana's still down there on the trainer's table. That could be a devastating blow for the Cougars.
So the left side of their line is, I missed it earlier, but 13. Ruvalacaba is the center. 14, Junior Lameto is the left guard, and 70, which, believe it or not, I don't have a number for him, is the left tackle. Handoff. Flags on the play. I believe it's offsides on the Warriors. 12, Caleb Keller is now the quarterback for the Cougars.
Move the ball up 5 yards for the Cougars.
On the right side of that offensive line for the Cougars is 77, Grady Smith. 68, Enrique Martinez. So Keller takes a snap on. Lott is met in the backfield by 56, Latimer Wilmot. That's a good 3-yard loss on that play.
That was a hard hit by Latimer. I wouldn't have wanted to take that to the shoulder if I were Lott.
That makes 2 of us. All right, 78, Dylan Gregg's now in on the offensive line for the Cougars. Split out right is number 9, Jacob Huntington. And split out left is 84, Jason Gutierrez. So Keller on 2nd and 8 takes a pass, throws it out to 7, the flanker. That's complete to Cook. Makes the first Warrior miss, but it was a whole host of others. In there was 3, Lane Parrish and a couple of others. So it was only about a 1-yard gain, so it brings up 3rd down and a very long 6-7 yarders. All right. Cook's flanked out to the right. Looks like they're trying to draw him off sides. Pause there while they change the play, maybe, Zane? Timeout. So timeout's been called by the Cougars with 5:06 left in the second quarter.
Looks like they tried to get the defense to
Don't forget there's slim chicken sandwiches being sold at the concession.
Music.
Will gives to Garrett on the draw. He's got a hole. Garrett inside the 20. Garrett still going inside the 10. 5, touchdown Springdale.
Hi, I'm Dennis Bush.
And I'm Don Strubing. And we want you to join the Varsity Club.
It's a club that connects former Springdale High and Har-BER High student athletes, coaches, and administrators.
Plus, funds from this club may be used to support scholarships and teams.
For charter memberships, you only have to pay $20 a year.
But for the first 5 years you're out of school, members only have to pay $5. Join now.
The Varsity Club.
Seconds, he still had gone. 7, 6, 5, Perry to the rack. Good! Perry off the rack, Hempfield's full court shot, no good, Har-BER wins! Tyler Perry holds the ball for 2 minutes and then finishes off the glass.
On 3rd down and 4 coming out of the timeout.
On the tackle.
Keller, I believe, handed the ball off to Lott, but Lott was first met in the hole again by Latimer Wilmot, and the whole that War Party defense, it was just everyone then. So moved him back for about 2 yards. Brings up 4th down and 9 yard lines. 9, from the 31-yard line. So Keller takes the snap, punts. Oh, nice roll. Nice roll. It rolls out of bounds at the Warrior 22 or 23-yard line. Nice punt by Keller.
Cougars punt, ball rolls out of bounds at about the 22-yard line.
Have to say, great job by the Warrior defense. I think that's one of the better things of the Warriors is all 11 players on the field are going to go to every ball.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you there, Zane. That, starting out of offside penalty and having 1st down and 5 and then drive them back. So it's 4th down and almost 10. Nice run. All right, so we've made a few changes, it appears. Looks like 72. Hudson Parsley's snap is over the ball. On 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Keegan hands the ball off to Ross Haney. Ross Haney goes up the middle for close to a 10-yard gain on 1st and 10. It looks to be just a hair bit short. They're going to mark him about a foot and a half short. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 1.
Ross Haney is a fearless quarterback. He'll run to any hole, gap, defense, offense. It does not matter.
All right. There's Ross again over the right side. He broke 3 tackles, finally brought down by 12 Keller after about a 17, 18-yard gain up to the 48-yard line. So I guess it was closer to 16. Which brings up 1st and 10 from the Warrior 47 3/4 line. All right. Keegan takes a handoff again, gives it to Haney, 34. Haney's up 10, 11 yards. Those last 3 were pretty hard gained, but that's good enough for another 1st down and 10 for the Warriors. From now, they're in Cougar territory at the 41-yard line.
Another shout out to that offensive line, pushing Ross Haney 3 yards further. They've done a great job tonight of keeping that Cougar defensive line off of Keegan.
You bet. Good push by Porter Ball and group. Ross goes again over the right side, stiff arms. He's around at the 20. Got 1 man. Oh, great tackle there at Keller down at the 34. I'm sorry, that was 33, Hudson Brewer, who made that run down to the 16-yard line of the Cougars. Brings up 1st and 10. Great blocking on that right side by Grayson Ball. Oh, Hudson Brewer up the left side, and he's in for a touchdown. 16-yard touchdown off the left side for 33, Brewer.
I don't think there was any way of stopping Hudson Brewer from getting that touchdown. He was determined.
It was a very strong run. All right, so we're ready for the point after attempt by Cole Thompson. 55, Dakota Eggert. Nope, sorry, 65, Fontanopolis snaps. Ball's down and kick is good. So with 2 minutes and 56 seconds left in the 2nd quarter, it's the Central 8th grade Warriors 28 and the Southwest 8th grade Cougars 0.
With 2:56 left in the 2nd quarter, brings our score to Central 28, Southwest 0.
Then you need to call Absolute Heat and Air with over 73 years of combined experience. Their technicians are fully licensed and insured, background checked, and drug tested, so you can absolutely trust Absolute Heat and Air. They offer $49 service calls all year long, 24/7, 365. The absolute best value around. Call Absolute Heat and Air or visit us online.
All right, Ramirez has the ball teed up. Ball was kicked to the 20, fielded by 33. Fielded by 33, Nathaniel Lewis. He's tackled in there by 22, Henry Acuff, and 16, Tanner Tallman, after roughly a 9-yard gain. So the Cougars will begin play 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. Those front three for the Warriors, there's over the nose is 65, Jake Fontenopoulos. One end is 32, Luke Adams, and the other is Latimer Wilwell. So the handoff to Lott. First met in the hole by 30, Chris McGehee, and eventually tackled by 20, Austin Jones, and a couple of others in there on that tackle. It was a nice 4-yard gain by Lott up the right side.
Lott's a big guy, but I don't think it matters when you're going against 11 of the Central Warriors.
That War Party defense is pretty good, yeah. So standard kind of 3-4 flex. Snaps back to Keller. He hands it off to Lott. Lott goes up the right side and tackled by 34 Ross Haney after about we'll say a 5-yard gain up to the 38-yard line.
Ross Haney has been a beast all night long. Kickoff, offense, defense. I have to say, that could be an MVP.
I feel like I've called his number a lot already. All right, brings up 3rd down and 1 from the Cougar 38-yard line. Lucaba gets the ball back to Keller. He hands it off. Oh, he's stacked up. Man, who all's in there? There's 56. That's what, Latimer Wilmot. There was 65, Fontenopoulos in there. Timeout. It's awful close. So we're going to get a referee timeout to measure this one.
Timeout for a measure.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
So the Cougars appear to be going for it. Got to make what appears to be just past the 39 for 1st and 10. All right. Timeout's been called by the Cougars.
Timeout, Cougars.
What size of tire do I need? Will they have my size? Do I need an appointment? When can I get in? How long will that take? Can I drop my car off? Do I have to wait there? What will I do with my kids? Will they have a tire that fits my budget?
Does buying tires have your head spinning? At Tire Tracks, we have all the answers built on over 20 years of local service. With 3 convenient locations in Northwest Arkansas and over 25 highly skilled technicians, we can answer all your questions and keep your head from spinning.
If you absolutely, positively want the best heating and air company in Northwest Arkansas, then you need to call Absolute Heat and Air with over 73 years of combined experience. Their technicians are fully licensed and insured, background checked, and drug tested, so you can absolutely trust Absolute Heat and Air. They offer $49 service calls all year long, 24/7, 365. The absolute best value around. Call Absolute Heat and Air or visit us online.
All right, after the timeout, it appears the Cougars have Keller back on 4th down and inches to punt. Deep back for the Warriors is 20. Austin Jones. There's the snap back, the punt. Jones fields the ball on his 38, goes a little wide. He's going up the right side. Oh! What a peel back block. Oh my gosh, what a peel back block by 32.
Luke Adams just crushed him.
Oh my gosh, he's down. He's down. There is a flag on the play. We'll see what the referees call here.
Follow Springdale Public Schools on all social media platforms. On Facebook and Twitter, you can find up-to-date information about events, school closures, and student and faculty achievements. Instagram provides weekly highlights and major news. YouTube is the home for sports live streams, district news, student productions, school board meetings, and live performances. Connect to Springdale Public Schools for pictures, videos, news, events, and more. Follow Springdale Public Schools on all social media platforms. On Facebook and Twitter, you can find up-to-date information about events, school closures, and student and faculty achievements. Instagram provides weekly highlights and major news. YouTube is the home for sports live streams, district news, student productions, school board meetings, and live performances. Connect to Springdale Public Schools for pictures, videos, news, events, and more.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be for you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
We started homeschooling about, 3 years ago. Right now, there's so much available in terms of homeschooling that it's a little bit overwhelming.
So I started homeschooling in the 5th grade, and we were doing club soccer, so we were traveling.
I first became interested in the Don Tyson School of Innovation, just what they were doing, and was fascinated by their approach. So I went and studied their website and saw that they had a virtual school.
It's really flexible and enables me to do all sorts of different things. And then also being able to contact teachers if I have questions that my parents can't deal with.
She really loves science, and she was moving so fast that they were able to actually move her up a grade. But then her math, she was kind of struggling with that a little bit, so we were able to try and tweak the program to fit where her needs were.
I'd love to go and play college soccer. I'd love to go as high up as I can in the soccer world. But I think ultimately I'd love to work for NASA, either as an astronomer or as some kind of engineer to help colonize different planets.
The Don Tyson School of Innovation in the Springdale Schools now offers middle-level courses. If you are entering 6th or 7th grade, you can enroll now at the School of Innovation.
School of Innovation offers complete options for an advanced placement program. Students can take classes at an accelerated pace to complete high school with time for other opportunities. Students can attend high school and earn an associate's degree at the same time. At the School of Innovation, you can also earn certifications that are recognized in business and industry.
In 7th grade, academic programs include STEM instruction in math and science, humanities instruction, English language, arts, and social studies, Spanish immersion for non-native speakers, Spanish for native speakers with culture and communication connection. Program of studies include East, engineering, robotics, drones, urban agriculture, medical arts, computer science, visual arts, and theater. If you're interested in applying to the School of Innovation, go to soi.sdel.org for more information and how to enroll.
Wow, after that hit, it's good to see that Elijah Cook is up and walking off on his own. It does appear to have an air cast, though, on his right arm. There was a flag on the play for unsportsmanlike conduct, so that moved the Warriors back another 15 yards. So they'll begin 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line when play resumes.
Luke Adams hit him really hard. Looks like he's probably going to the hospital.
Well, the clock's on, and we're 3, 2, 1, and that's the end of the first half. So at the end of one half of play, it's the Central 8th grade Warriors 28 and the Southwest 8th grade Cougars 0.
There are only 24 sandwiches left.
Bulldog fans, keep up with your favorite team all year long with the official app of Springdale Bulldog Athletics. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Springdale Athletics app will keep you up to date with all things Bulldog. Schedule, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the Springdale Bulldogs, proudly presented by McClarty Daniel. Download today for free in the App Store and Google Play. Bulldog fans, keep up with your favorite team all year long with the official app of Springdale Bulldog Athletics. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Springdale Athletics app will keep you up to date with all things Bulldog. Schedule, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the Springdale Bulldogs, proudly presented by McClarty Daniel. Download today for free in the App Store and Google Play. Bulldog fans, keep up with your favorite team all year long with the official app of Springdale Bulldog Athletics. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Springdale Athletics app will keep you up to date with all things Bulldog. Schedule, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the Springdale Bulldogs, proudly presented by McClarty Daniel. Download today for free in the App Store and Google Play. Bulldog fans.
We started homeschooling about, 3 years ago. Right now, there's so much available in terms of homeschooling that it's a little bit overwhelming.
So I started homeschooling in the 5th grade, and we were doing club soccer, so we were traveling.
I first became interested in the Don Tyson School of Innovation, just what they were doing, and was fascinated by their approach. So I went and studied their website and saw that they had a virtual school.
It's really flexible and enables me to do all sorts of different things. And then also being able to contact teachers if I have questions that my parents can't deal with.
She really loves science, and she was moving so fast that they were able to actually move her up a grade. But then her math, she was kind of struggling with that a little bit, so we were able to try and tweak the program to fit where her needs were.
I'd love to go and play college soccer. I'd love to go as high up as I can in the soccer world. But I think
All right. Taking the field right now is the Southwest Spirit and Dance team.
You can love where you live and play at an apartment community managed by Lindsay Management Company. Affordable apartments with awesome amenities, including clubhouses, fitness centers, pools, tennis and basketball courts, and playgrounds at select locations. Many locations also include golf privileges, business centers, game rooms, tanning beds, whirlpools, saunas, and resort-style swimming pools. View rates, photos, and apply online at lindsaymanagement.com.
At Springdale Public Schools, we're given every opportunity to succeed because we are #the choice for
education,
athletics,
music,
If you absolutely, positively want the best heating and air company in Northwest Arkansas, then you need to call Absolute Heat and Air with over 73 years of combined experience. Their technicians are fully licensed and insured, background checked, and drug tested, so you can absolutely trust Absolute Heat and Air. They offer $49 service calls all year long, 24/7, 365. The absolute best value around. Call Absolute Heat and Air or visit us online.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we need it.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. HAR-BER. Hometown fresh.
I need new tires. What size of tire do I need? Will they have my size? Do I need an appointment? When can I get in? How long will that take? Can I drop my car off? Do I have to wait there? What will I do with my kids? Will they have a tire that fits my budget?
Does buying tires have your head spinning? At Tire Tracks, we have all the answers built on over 20 years of local service. With 3 convenient locations in Northwest Arkansas and over 25 highly skilled technicians, We can answer all your questions and keep your head from spinning.
Our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means you'll find less waiting where it matters most. Faster care in the emergency room. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge at Northwest Health System, Bentonville, and Springdale.
Zaxby's food has always brought people together. Catering to the big moments, the little wins, the long talks, and the quick getaways. Because food this inviting is bound to add a lot of flavor to your life.
Introducing the Zax Pack. Served with chicken fingers, sides, Texas toast, and iced tea. Pick one up for dinner or your next event. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be. For you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Well, Zane, got about 2.5 minutes left here in halftime. Run through, it's pretty much been dominated by both sides by that Warrior offense and Warrior defense.
I talked to Coach Jones this morning, and he said that they were ready offense-wise to run that power, that counter, and even some pass up in there. Also, talked to Coach Jones. He said that the defense, they were still working on a little bit of gap transitioning, but other than that, he said they felt set and confident for the game today.
Yeah, I would also say that starting line of McGehee, Tarrio, Fontenopoulos, Ball, and Wilmoth really opened some big holes for Brewer and for Haney when he spelled Brewer a few times.
Yeah, I agree with that statement on the line. Both lines tonight, defense and offense, have been doing a great job. Defense penetrating the backfield, even got a sack. Offense doing a great job to make holes for Ross Haney, Hudson Brewer, even Keegan I saw take a sneak on one of those plays. So shout out to all the linemen out there.
Yeah. So as we about to start the second half kickoff, the center, actually, 13, Jonathan Ruvlakaba, appears to be teeing up the ball for the kickoff. Just about to begin the second half.
So we haven't had the best of weather tonight here in Springdale at HAR-BER Stadium. Had a little bit of sunny rain earlier in the 7th grade game, and field was taken up by some sun earlier, but it's turned to dark now, and looked like we saw a little bit of lightning in the far distance. Could get a little bit of rain tonight. That's perfect conditions if you're a football player.
Yeah, so Ruvlakaba got the ball teed up. Back deep for the Warriors is 20 Austin Jones, 33 Hudson Brewer, and over on the left side is 5 Brett Witchen. So the whistle's blown and the kick's been made. Oops, over Witchen's head. Brett picks it up on about his 8-yard line. He's going up the field. He's at the 20, and he's tackled there. A good shoestring tackle by, who is that, Zane, 33? I believe that's Nathaniel Lewis there that made that open field tackle for the Cougars.
Really snuck that by Nathaniel. I don't know if he could have made that tackle, but looked like he snuck it in and took Britt down.
Yeah, for recovering that ball on about the 8-yard line and getting it up to the 20-yard line where the Warriors begin. 15, Keegan Lehman is still back at quarterback. Hands the ball off. I can't see. He's piled up by a host of Cougars after about probably the hardest half a yard gain I've seen in a long time. It's going to bring up second down and probably no gain. Second down and 10 from the 21. Second down and 9, 21. That's a large offensive line there between 78, Dylan Grigg, 77 over the nose, which is Grady Smith. So Keegan's back now. Takes the snap, hands it off again. Boy, just a host of Cougars stopping there after another really hard 1 yard gain appears. Brings up second down and long 7.
Short game, bring up third down and 7.
Again, that O-line is doing a great job here in the second half to start off with of making good holes for the running. I think great job also by the Southwest Cougars to fill that to the point where we can't even see.
There's a few substitutes that I don't even have their numbers out there on that offensive line. Handoff to 23. That's Brandon Combs. Brandon Combs runs over the right side for a hard 2 yards. Brings up fourth down and 5. It appears that the punting unit for the Warriors is coming to the field.
Fourth down and 5 for the Warriors.
Haven't seen a punt by the Warriors tonight yet, but looks like we're about to find out how good our punt game is.
All right, so I believe Christian Ramirez is back to punt. No one's deep for the Cougars. Ball's been kicked, hits at about the 40. Rolling, and it's picked up dead by 20. Austin Jones at the Cougar 37.5 yard line. All right. So up front, starting on the defense, it's going to be 53. Mari Torrio at the nose. 56. Latimer Wilmoth be to the right side of him. And 50, Hudson Ball is to the left end. Oh, blown up. So number 9, Jacob Huntington's now back at quarterback. He just handed it to Lott, and Lott was met in the backfield hard by Latimer Wilmoth. Oh, man, that was about a 5 yard loss back to the 34 yard line.
If I'm Latimer Wilmoth right now, I'd say I have a successful night tonight. Even in the start of the second half, he has blown up the quarterback many times, and I think he's done a great job of penetrating the backfield. One of those players you need to look out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, so it looks like that was not Lott. Instead, that was 58, Angel Bueno. He goes over to the right side, handoff. The right side, that was Lott this time, excuse me. Having troubles seeing 56 and 58. He actually was met in the backfield, maybe got a 1 yard up to the 33 yard line. Will be third down and about 15 yards. Some substitutions in on defense. Will and Mike are 27. Cole Carlton up, handoff to the right side. Is that Lott? Carries up to about the original line of scrimmage, but there's a flag on the play.
I believe holding.
We'll see what the call is.
Angel Bueno on the carry. Brought down by Austin Jones.
Oh, it appears to be an illegal shift on the offense. It cost him 5 yards. We'll repeat third down. So the Cougars now have third down and roughly 20 yards from their own 28-yard line. All right, so Keller's now back at quarterback with Lott to his right. Ball's back. Keller's going around the right side. Oh, was that Latimer coming around all the way from the right side to tackling? Yeah. Also in there was Hudson Ball and 20, Austin Jones. So after about a gain of 4 yards, it brings up fourth down and about 16 from the Cougar 32.
Honestly, don't know how Latimer Wilmoth made it from the right side all the way over to the back to hit the quarterback on the left side.
Actually, I do think that was Hudson Ball that made it. All right, Keller fumbled his punt snap back, and he is tackled by 56. Latimer Wilmoth.
Like I said earlier, I would be super happy to be a defensive coach and see Latimer Wilmoth giving it 100% out there. He has had a successful night.
That was a loss all the way back where they tackled him. Was back on their own 22. So the Warriors take over 1st and 10 from the Cougar 22-yard line. All right, the play clocks began. Keegan Lehman, 15, is quarterback for tonight. Behind him is 31, Ishmael Bunglick. He hands the ball off to Ishmael to the right side. Right first met in the hole by 58 for the Cougars. That would be Angel Bueno. Appears to be no gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 10 from the 22. Substitution on the Cougar side. See what coaches dial up on this 2nd down and long. All right. So we've got snap back to Keegan. He hands off to Ishmael. Ishmael goes up the center and he's drugged down. Oh, he was in there, but he was drugged down by 68. Enrique Martinez, but after about a good solid 7-yard run, bringing up a short 3rd down and 3 from the Cougar 15-yard line.
Ishmael, another one of those fearless running backs on the Central Warriors.
All right, 3rd down, handoff, whistles, flags on the play. We'll see what it was. It appears to be false start on the offense. We'll back them up 5 yards. Replay 3rd down from the 20-yard line. Be about 3rd down and 8.
I think that all running backs in the Central Warriors are fearless. I mean, they're running into holes that I don't even see, but somehow they make them work. And he just ran into a hole that looked a little cloudy, but he got 4 yards out of it. So
So we're at the end of the 3 quarters. It's your Central 8th grade Warriors 28 and the Southwest 8th grade Cougars 0.
Will gives to Garrett on the draw. He's got a hole. Garrett inside the 20. Garrett still going inside the 10. 5. Touchdown Springdale.
Hi, I'm Dennis DeBus.
And I'm Don Struman. And we want you to join the Varsity Club.
It's a club that connects former Springdale High and Har-BER High student athletes, coaches, and administrators.
Plus, funds from this club may be used to support scholarships and teams.
For charter memberships, you only have to pay $20 a year.
But for the first 5 years you're out of school, members only have to pay $5. Join now.
The Varsity Club.
Seconds, he still had gone. 7, 6, 5, Perry to the rack. Good! Perry off the rack, Hempfield's full court shot, no good, Har-BER wins! Tyler Perry holds the ball for 2 minutes and then finishes off the glass. Har-BER in full control.
Will gives to Garrett on the draw. He's got a hole. Garrett inside the 20. Garrett still going.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a
Southwest band out here tonight. Almost a battle of the football players and a battle of the bands, you could say.
Yeah, it'll be the 9th grade game coming up next is going to be definitely spirited. After the missed field goal, the Cougars take over the ball, 1st and 10 on their own 20.
Looks like the stand's starting to fill up, more of people coming to see the 9th grade game. I think it's going to be a very spirited game, as you said.
Yeah, on defense, if you're looking at nose guard, is 74, Wesley Garcia. On the left side now we've got 80, Wonder Jakar. Handoff back to Lott, and he is tackled by 80, Jakar, for what appears to be about a 1-yard gain.
Andrew White on the carry.
So it'll bring up 2nd down and a long 8, short 9 from the 21.5-yard line. Over on the right side, by the way, that defensive line for Central is 51, Camden Cleveland. Linebackers. All right, so 2nd down and 9. Keller takes the snap, hands it off to Lott, and he's met first by 51. That would have been Camden Cleveland, but eventually brought down by 50, Porter Ball, who's on the right side there. 52, which is Noah Holmes, and a host of other Warriors. But we have a player down. Timeout on the field.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. HAR-BER. Hometown fresh.
I need new tires. What size of tire do I need? Will they have my size? Do I need an appointment? When can I get in? How long will that take? Can I drop my car off? Do I have to wait there? What will I do with my kids? Will they have a tire that fits my budget?
Does buying tires have your head spinning? At Tire Tracks, we have all the answers built on over 20 years of local service. With 3 convenient locations in Northwest Arkansas and over 25 highly skilled technicians, we can answer all your questions and keep your head from spinning.
Ankle. Brings up third down and a long 2 from the 28-yard line of the Cougars. So Keller back at quarterback. Appears to be 33, and Nathaniel Lewis to his right. He hands off to Lewis. Lewis first goes right, cuts back left. He's tackled by 80, which is Wonder Jakar. Drugged down, though, after about roughly a 2-yard gain. And so they make a 1st and 10 after that good hard run. So it's 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line.
Hit by Jakar at first, but it looked like Keegan Lehman came in and hit him from the back to take him all the way down.
Yeah, Keegan helped get that out. Again, handoff to 33, Lewis, around the left side, and he is tackled by number 14, Sasser Carew. But not after but about a 4-yard gain, bringing up 2nd down and 6.
5-yard gain.
Got about 6 minutes left in this game. Looks like Central's going to take it, but no for sure.
Yeah. All right, so Keller's the quarterback with 33 Lewis on his left. Snaps back, handoff to Lewis. Lewis is going over the left side. Good downfield block. First hit by 14, Carew. And then who else came in there? 26 and 31. So that would be Warwick King and Ishmael Bunley. But it was enough for 1st and 10. So the Cougars have it 1st down and 10 from their own 46-yard line. Switch over on the right side on the defense. Handoff to Lewis over the right side. Oh, they're slowed down by 13. Still on his feet, 22 and 57 for the Warriors. That's Acuff and Grayson Ball.
Number 26, I believe, is in on that hit. Warwick King.
Yeah, that was a nice little loss of about 2 yards. That was Lewis. So anyway, after a 2-yard loss, brings up 2nd down and 12 from the 44-yard line of the Cougars.
Lewis got a little move off there, but still ended up being taken down.
Okay, Keller gets the snap, hands it off to 58. Bueno's back in the game. Good to see him back. First hit was, who was that? Ishmael again. Bunlick, and then 24 came in on that play as well, McLaughlin. But it was a gain of about a 1.5, 2 yards. So now it's 3rd down and 10 from the 46-yard line of the Cougars.
Angel's a big guy, but it looks like it didn't take much to take him down. 3 Warriors is all it took.
All right, so 3rd down and 10. Keller gets a snap back. He hands it off to Bueno. Bueno's up the middle. First hit by, who is that on the ground? 74, Wesley Garcia, who hung on, and but it looks like we have another Cougar player down. That would be number 70, maybe 78, Dylan Gregg.
I need new tires. What size of tire do you need? Will they have my size? Do I need an appointment? When can I get in? How long will that take? Can I drop my car off? Do I have to wait there? What will I do with my kids? Will they have a tire that fits my budget?
Does buying tires have your head spinning? At Tire Tracks, we have all the answers built on over 20 years of local service. With 3 convenient locations in Northwest Arkansas and over 25 highly skilled technicians, we can answer all your questions and keep your head from spinning.
We started homeschooling about, 3 years ago. Right now, there's so much available in terms of homeschooling that it's a little bit overwhelming.
So I started homeschooling in the 5th grade, and we were doing club soccer, so we were traveling.
I first became interested in the Don Tyson School of Innovation, just what they were doing, and was fascinated by their approach. So I went and studied their website and saw that they had a virtual school.
It's really flexible and enables me to do all sorts of different things. And then also being able to contact teachers if I have questions that my parents can't deal with.
She really loves science, and she was moving so fast that they were able to actually move her up a grade. But then her math, she was kind of struggling with that a little bit, so we were able to try and tweak the program to fit where her needs were.
I'd love to go and play college soccer. I'd love to go as high up as I can in the soccer world. But I think ultimately I'd love to work for NASA, either as an astronomer or as some kind of engineer to help colonize different planets.
We started homeschooling about, 3 years ago. Right now, there's so much.
I apologize. The injured player was 79, Brandon Ramirez. Back in play, 4th down and a long 6, short 7. Keller's back, he punts deep. It's going to roll out of bounds at about the 21-yard line of the Warriors, where they'll take over 1st and 10.
Ball rolls out of bounds at the 21-yard line. The Warriors will take over 1st and 10.
There is some lightning in the area tonight. It did get dark a little early, about 20-25 miles out. Everyone is safe right now, but if it does get in within, I believe, 15 miles, the game will be delayed.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen tonight. It's good football. All right, with 3 minutes and 11 seconds left in the 4th quarter, we've got some substitutes appear to be off the 7th grade Hellstrom team. Number 6 goes around the corner. First met, it appears, and tackled around the shoulders by 78, Dylan Grigg, after about a 1.5, 2-yard gain. Brings up 2nd down.
Austin Nick on the carry. Lost for about a yard. Or gained about a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
All right, 2nd down and 10. From the Warrior 22-yard line.
Looks like 2 Hellstrom players in the backfield right now.
It's good to see these young people getting a chance to play up. All right. Appears to be a pass. Pass is thrown to 36. I don't have a number. And it's complete up to about the 29-yard line for a gain of about a good 6-7 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down and a really long 2.
Gain of about 7, bring up 3rd down and 2.
That was a nice completion by the quarterback, number 6. Let's see, 3rd down and 2. They get it back marked at the 30-yard line. Snap is back. Looks like he's going to take it around the left side. Good stiff arm. He's tackled out of bounds by number 10. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, number 10 for Joseph Ramirez for the Cougars, but not after he gained a good solid 4 yards. Or 3 yards. Brings up, that was good enough for a 1st and 10.
Looked like another good stiff arm for tonight. We've had a couple great stiff arms tonight. I think that's something that is for sure practiced in Central's daily practice. We have just hit the 1 minute mark of the game. We're starting to count down, and looks like the Warriors are going to take this one.
Yeah, I think the coaches are doing the sportsmanship and deciding that it's time to kneel on the ball. So 40 seconds. Probably going to take this play clock down all the way to maybe probably around 4 seconds before they snap the ball. Deep in protection is 33, Hudson Brewer. And they kneel on the ball again. 16 seconds left. The teams are lining up. The teams are lining up for the post-game handshake. 3, 2, 1. And that's the ball game. So, end of the game, Central 8th grade Warriors 28, Southwest 8th grade Cougars 0.
So it looks like it's been 14 years since the Southwest Cougars last won the 8th grade playing rivalry game, and I think they'll have a chance next year, but looks like the Warriors are going to take it for this season.
Yeah, I think it was a very well played game. From my perspective, I really thought both defense and offensive lines of the Warriors really controlled the ball game tonight.
Fully agree. I also saw great sportsmanship out there. I mean, Luke Adams hit that kid, and he tried to help him up. Kid might have been injured. I saw every hit was definitely picked up by a Warrior or a Southwest Cougar. Looks like no lightning nearby anymore, but who knows?
Well, I guess Dan's scoff was correct. There would be scattered thunderstorms, and they appear to have headed east of us, so that's good news.
Available in terms of homeschooling that it's a little bit overwhelming.
So I started homeschooling in the 5th grade, and we were doing club soccer, so we were traveling.
I first became interested in the Don Tyson School of Innovation, just what they were doing, and was fascinated by their approach. So I went and studied their website and saw that they had a virtual school.
It's really flexible. It enables me to do all sorts of different things. And then also being able to contact teachers if I have questions that my parents can't deal with.
She really loves science, and she was moving so fast that they were able to actually move her up a grade. But then her math, she was kind of struggling with that a little bit, so we were able to try and tweak the program to fit where her needs were.
I'd love to go and play college soccer. I'd love to go as high up as I can in the soccer world. But I think ultimately I'd love to work for NASA, either as an astronomer or as some kind of engineer to help colonize different planets.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be for you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
You can love where you live and play at an apartment community managed by Lindsay Management Company. Affordable apartments with awesome amenities, including clubhouses, fitness centers, pools, tennis and basketball courts, and playgrounds at select locations. Many locations also include golf privileges, business centers, game rooms, tanning beds, whirlpools, saunas, and resort-style swimming pools. View rates, photos, and apply online at lindsaymanagement.com.
At Springdale Public Schools, we're given every opportunity to succeed because we are #the choice for
Education.
athletics,
music,
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be for you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Athletics in Springdale has been producing winners since 1910. Our coaches do a tremendous job connecting our students to our schools. We are one community.
If you absolutely, positively want the best heating and air company in Northwest Arkansas, then you need to call Absolute Heat and Air with over 73 years of combined experience. Their technicians are fully licensed and insured, background checked, and drug tested, so you can absolutely trust Absolute Heat and Air. They offer $49 service calls all year long, 24/7, 365. The absolute best value around. Call Absolute Heat and Air or visit us online.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post. From downtown to way out of town. To connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected and energized with Ozarks Go. Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post. From downtown to way out of town. To connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected and energized with Ozarks Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you stand and join us as the Central Junior High Marching Band performs the National Anthem.
Welcome, everyone, to the beginning of the 9th grade game between crosstown rivals, Southwest 9th grade Cougars, and the home team tonight, the Central 9th grade Warriors. Captains for the visiting team tonight are number 71, Sergio Miranda, 77, Drew Barron, and 87, Alejandro Rojo. Captains for the Warriors tonight is 53, Chris Cruz, 55, Dylan Hughes, 64, Ethan Harbison, and 75, Donovan Blakemore. Referees have flipped the coin. Central won the toss and deferred to the second half and will kick the ball. And the Cougars will be receiving the ball. Hands are cordial agreement. We're about to begin the game. Cheerleaders have lined up to bring our team out tonight, Zane. The Warriors appear to be locked and loaded and ready to play. And here they come.
Make some noise for your Central Warriors.
Zane, I believe this should be a very spirited game.
Yeah, I agree. The stands are filled tonight with Warrior fans as well as Southwest fans. I think we're going to be looking at Caden Huggins, Clark Jenkins, and Lane Reeder as some force to be reckoned with tonight. Also, Emmanuel Sanchez and nose guard's been looking really good in practice this week. I think we should all look for their numbers out on the field. They could be making quite the performance tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game for all. Probably the last time these two teams actually play against each other, since they will both be at HAR-BER next year as sophomores.
Yeah, as this crosstown rivalry kind of turns into a team actually later on. Next year they'll all be playing on HAR-BER's team together.
All right. So number 3, Logan Fleming for the Warriors, has the ball teed up. Back deep is for the Cougars. It's hard to tell from this angle. Well, the ball games begin. So the ball is fielded by 13 at his own 15-yard line, and he breaks 3. Up, flag on the play, but he's finally tackled by number 9, Ethan Loska, but not after a great return, but there is a penalty on the play. That was 13, Pablo Facio, who picked the ball up. Oh, illegal block in the back. That is going to negate give or take, about a 33-yard return.
This one's coming back, folks.
Ethan Loska, a new player to the roster today, and I think that he is going to be a very well-rounded player this game. Last game that we live streamed, he was on fire, is the only way to put it.
Yeah.
He had, I believe, 3 sacks last game.
So after the penalty, which took the ball back, oh my, that's back to about the 13.5-yard line, and the Cougars will begin play 1st and 10.
13-yard line.
Quarterback for tonight for the Cougars appears to be, from my angle, Braxton Scott. No backs, 13 in motion, fake handoff. Braxton takes it up the left side, and he is tackled around the ankles. I'm trying to see the number, 40. We're going to say that number a lot. Warren Hall tonight. Warren's a big hitter. Up front at nose guard is 75, Donovan Blakemore. 74, Emmanuel Sanchez is also on that defensive line. And one of the ends is number 2, Logan Fleming. So on 2nd down and about 8, ball's been handed off to 13. Facio. Doesn't appear to be much there, tackled by a whole host of the Warriors, but at the bottom of the pile,
No gain is tackled by a war party of Warriors.
number 5, Ethan Fender, comes up. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 from about the 14-yard line of the Warriors. They break huddle. Snap back, throw quick. Oh, quick toss to the left to 17, Ricardo Gonzalez, but he was met there quickly by 40 Warren Hall and 7 Malachi Kramer. That's about a 6-yard loss, brings up 4th down and a long 13 from the 11-yard or the 10-yard line of the Warriors. Of the Cougars.
Malachi Kramer, easily one of the best corners here in Springdale, and in this game I think he could definitely be another force to be reckoned with.
Appears to be Alejandro Rojo at his end zone. Oh, it's blocked. It's blocked. He picked up the block and he's tackled at the 15-yard line, but that punt was blocked by 9, Ethan Loska, and punter picked it up, ran it, but only got it to the 15. So not enough for a 1st and 10. So the Warriors, on a great block, take over play deep in Cougar territory. So it'll be 1st and 10 on the Cougar 15. Drew McClendon, quarterback for the Warriors, brings his team out, huddles them up.
1st and 10, Southwest 15.
Drew McClinton was hurt in the second half of our first live stream. Looks like he came back for the next game in Springdale, an away game for us. But tonight he is back in the quarterback position, and it looks like Lane Reeder behind him.
Yep, Daniel Jake up at the corner, low snap. Up, throw, wide open. Who is that?
Daniel Jake for the touchdown.
Catches the ball at about the 6-yard line, runs in untouched for the first score of the game.
28, Daniel Jeep for 15 yards on the score.
Looks like Daniel snuck out of nowhere. I don't think that Southwest defense even saw him, and Drew popped one up to him, and there's a touchdown for your Central Warriors.
I tell you what, Drew was cool man. Picked that ball up off the ground, being chased by a Cougar, and still made that throw. All right. Ball's down, kicks up. So Logan Fleming's PAT is good. So with 5 minutes and 33 seconds into the left in the first quarter, it's the Central 9th grade Warriors 7, Southwest Cougars 0.
I think the Warriors came out with what I expected this week, and I think what Coach Forringer expected this week, a great offense. You know, getting a touchdown in 2 plays, that's pretty impressive. Excuse me, 1 play, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, but you have to hand it to that Warrior defense to drive the Cougars back. I mean, they're in the negative yardage now to start this game.
Also, that punt by Ethan Loska probably helped a little bit.
Definitely flip field position. All right. So Logan Fleming has the ball teed up. Ready to get this kickoff. Back deep is 13, Pablo Facio.
And 13, Pablo Facio, number 17, Ricardo Gomez.
And Ricardo Gonzalez. And Fleming's kick goes out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
In the end zone for a touchback.
I talked to Coach Forringer this weekend, and I asked him, what do you anticipate happening against Southwest? And he said he anticipated they're going to come out hard. Central is going to come out really hard against our rival school. They've got a lot of spirit. They've worked hard this year, and I think they're ready for that school pride. To add on to that, the Southwest Cougars have not won a 9th grade game in 14 years against Central. This could make it 15 this year.
All right, 1st and 10 from their own 20. Braxton Scott takes the ball to the right side, to his left side. Doesn't get much, maybe back to the line of scrimmage, original line of scrimmage. First met there by 28, Daniel Jake, but also a host of other Warriors in there. Brings up second down, let's say 9 from the 20.5-yard line. So Braxton is flanked to his left by Fazio. Fazio takes a handoff up the left side. First met in there by Jake in 67. Cameron Boland. Only after about a 1.5 yard gain. Brings up third down and a very long 7 from the 20. We'll call it the 23-yard line.
I don't think I saw a single Central player not in that pile. All 11 of them going for the ball. I think that adds a little bit of edge to the Central Warrior defense.
All right, Scott's back. Drew Edmondson is out wide left. Handoff to 17. Ricardo Gonzalez, and he appears to be met in the background, in the backfield by 56, Caden Huggins. The first attack appears to be a loss of about 2 yards. Brings up fourth down and 9 from the 21-yard line of the Cougars.
Brings up fourth down and 9.
Running player on a little late. See what happens here.
I think the Warriors definitely came out with the defense that I expected this week.
Saying I don't see a quarterback or a punter. They lined up in punt position, and the punter's been run on, and the Cougar coaching staff calls a timeout with 1 minute left on the, or 1 second left on the play clock. So there's a timeout on the field with 3:44 left in the first quarter. Central Warriors 7, Southwest Cougars 0.
Number
87, Alejandro Rojo is back to punt. Ethan Fender, 5, is deep for the Warriors on this fourth down and long punt. Snaps low, back, get the kickoff. It's a short kick, and it goes out of bounds. Oh, at the Cougar 31-yard line. So that was about a net of 9 total yards on that punt. So the Warriors are going to take over again in Cougar territory at the roughly the 32-yard line, 1st and 10.
Looks like that punt was almost blocked by number 2, Cooper Dossett, putting pressure on that punter. I think that could have caused the almost pooch-like kick to the 31-yard line.
All right, so Drew McLennan is lined up at quarterback. Lane Reeder is behind him, deep in set. Cooper Dossett's in motion, a handoff to Lane. Lane cuts it back right. He's up the middle. He's at the 20. He's at the 15. He's at the 10, the 5, and he's finally brought down at about the 2-yard line by number 25 for the Cougars, which would be Silvestro Andres. But not after a nice run by Lane Reeder. First to the left and then cut it back right. Brings up first down and goal to go from the Cougar 1-yard line.
Like I said earlier, Lane Reeder and Clark Jenkins and Caden Huggins, they're all forces to be reckoned with, and I think Lane Reeder is one of the better running backs in this league.
Now that offensive line is just blowing out holes. So on 1st and goal, Drew takes it up. Appears to be a flag on the play before pre-snap penalty. False start. on the offense. That's going to cost them 5 yards. Bring up first down and goal to go now from about I guess they're going to mark it at the 6-yard line.
Penalty brings up first and goal from the Southwest 6.
All right. So Henry McDaniel gets over the ball again. Lane Reeder in the back. Drew takes the snap, hands it off to Lane. Lane does a quick cut back to the right. And he's met in the hole for a very short gain of maybe a yard by 13. Pablo Facio for the Cougars. Brings up second down and goal from about the 6.5. All right, so the play's in. Warriors break the huddle. Tight set. Jake goes in motion, resets in the inside, so left side handoff to Lane. Lane goes in, punches it in for a touchdown. Nice hard run, good block, interior block by that left side of the line. That would be, Cameron Bolin. I couldn't see if that was Emmanuel Sanchez or Ethan Harbison in on the left side, but they really opened a hole with some downfield blocks by Daniel Jake. All right, so Fleming is ready to kick the PAT. The hold is down, the kick is up, and it's cleared the end zone seats. What a kick. Good. So with 2 minutes and 32 seconds still remaining in the first quarter, Central Warriors 14, Southwest 9th grade Cougars 0.
Looks like Logan Fleming's kick went all the way to the grass parking lot out there.
All right, so Logan Fleming has the ball teed up. Back deep for the Cougars.
Logan Fleming to kick it away for the Warriors.
Again, 13 Facio
and 17 Ricardo Gonzalez back to receive.
And Gonzalez are back deep. There's the kick. Fielded at the 5-yard line, up to the right side. Oh, good tackle there by, who was in that, 23? Landon Anderson, and who else was on that, Zane?
I believe that Ethan Loska was on that, number 9. But looked like a host of Warriors took him down.
So the Cougars will take over the ball on their own 24-yard line, 1st and 10.
1st and 10, Southwest from the 24.
This defensive line is something the Cougars definitely need to be working into their practices.
Handoff to Fossey over the right side. He is, first kind of got him around the ankles was number 2, Cooper Dossett, but 5, Ethan Fender came in there and finished that off. For a whopping maybe half-yard gain. Brings up second down and a very, very long 9.
Ethan Fender was a linebacker last year, but I believe he's been moved to a safety position, and I think he's doing great there, fitting just in right there.
Yeah, he definitely came up on the run there with 2 blockers in front of him, and I was impressed how he and Ethan and Cooper Dossett both played off those blocks. All right. Scott takes a handoff, hands it off to 13 Facio. He is met by a host. I can't even tell you. What was that? 56 Caden Huggan, was in on there. 74, Emmanuel Sanchez for absolutely no gain. Brings up 3rd down and long.
I think even 53, Chris Cruz was in on that. I think all the linemen hit him first, and then we had the flow of the Warriors. Like I said earlier, all Warriors are going to the ball, and I think that's something that definitely makes them a field apart from the other teams in this league.
All right, brings up 3rd down and 9. Scott's in the backfield all alone. 17 goes in motion. Scott goes to the right side by himself. Oh, fumble on the play. Fumble. Oh, who made that? Daniel Jake made that tackle for about a 1-yard gain, but a really good open field tackle by Daniel. Ball fumbled out of bounds again. So it brings up 4th down and a long 8 from the 27-yard line of the Cougars.
I know that Central works into their practice a fumbling circuit, I believe is what they call it, and that's smart because it's working out so far for Daniel Jake.
Yeah. All right. Excuse me, 5, Ethan Fender is back to receive the punt from 87, Alejandro Rojo. Snaps back. Oh, blocked. It was blocked this time by Cooper Dossett. Pick it up and run. Oops, sorry. And it was picked up by 20, Hayden Duffel. And Hayden runs it back to the Cougar 17-yard line.
I mean, I don't really know what to say on that. I don't think he knew to run it and picked it up, but ended up getting an extra 5 yards out of that, which, I mean, I don't think you can ask for more out of something in that situation.
I'm not so sure, Zane. He didn't watch the game Saturday and was trying to fake him out like North Texas State's punt coverage. All right, 1st down and 10 from the Cougar 17-yard line. Malachi Kramer is behind. He gets the hand. Oh, fake. Drew is rolling out to his right. He throws, and it's caught by 27. Clark Jenkins down to the 5-yard line. Great pass and catch by Drew to Clark. So that's the end of the first quarter. We're going to be moving it down to the other end zone. And at the end of one quarter, it's Central 14, Southwest nothing, with the Warriors knocking on the Cougars' door.
Clark Jenkins with that last catch, like I said earlier, forced to be reckoned with. He was one of those 3 that I named. He's going to be somebody that is going to work hard on offense and defense. Great wide receiver. Put him out at safety, and he can make tackles. He's ready for the run. He's ready for the pass. I think he definitely an all-around great player.
Yeah, there was no one near Drew on that pass play. Great. Can't say enough about the right side of that line. Caden Huggins, Donovan Blakemore on that right side protecting Drew.
Yeah.
All right, so the Warriors begin the second quarter. They're going to start 1st and goal to go from the Cougar 5-yard line. Warriors break huddle. Drew McClendon with Malachi Kramer to his left. Wide right is Ethan Fender. Right left, it appears to be Losky. The handoff is to Malachi. Goes up for about 3 yards. Tackle made by 17. Ricardo Gonzalez for the Southwest Cougars. Brings up second down and goal to go from the 2.5-yard line.
Ethan Loska, a new player to the roster, looks like he's fitting in great.
So Drew McClendon at quarterback with Malachi to his right. Daniel Jake is in motion to his right. Hand off to Malachi. Malachi gets upended by 13 Facio, but not before he gets down within the 1-yard line. It's going to bring up third down and goal to go from the 1-yard line.
Looked like a little Bo Jackson move almost by Kai Kramer, but I think that was also help from the defense to kind of hit the low part of him.
Definitely. So third down and goal. Malachi Kramer back. We have 2 set to the right with Fender and Losky. Fender's in motion. Hand off to Malachi up the center, and he's in for a touchdown. Another Warrior touchdown.
Kai Kramer on the carry. 1-yard run is good for a touchdown. Brings up 20-0 Central.
Ethan Fender and Drew McClinton completing that motion over to the left side. I think that actually fooled the Southwest defense a lot because Kai Kramer kind of just snuck on into the end zone.
So points down, kicks up, and Christian Delgado kicks it through for the PAT. So with 6 minutes and 44 seconds still remaining in the second quarter, it's the Central 9th grade Warriors 21 and the Southwest Cougars 0.
It's a company that inspires girls and we try to really help girls build up their strength. So girl,
She's testing. She can walk away from the room and come in and see what we
it's really flexible.
Well, Zane, we have a battle on the field, but we have both schools' bands.
Yeah, it looks like a battle of the bands as well on the field. I think we might get a little back and forth action later in the game, but who knows?
All right. Logan Fleming has the ball teed up. And his kick, kind of a squib kick, fielded by 87 for the Cougars at the he is met first by Laska. So after picked the ball up at around the 19 and made it only returned it to about the 26-yard line of the Cougars where they'll begin play.
6 minutes and 34 seconds left in this game. Warriors came out just how I thought. Good defense, good offense. I think that Coach Forringer told me this morning they've been working on their fundamentals and offense, and he said that Coach Thompson and the defense lined up and ready to go.
All right, Cameron Boland's over the center. We're ready to play. Facio's in motion. Scott hands it off to the right side. Oh, and he is upended. Who made that there, Zane? 5. Ethan Fender upended him after about a 3-yard gain was all he got. Maybe a little less than that. It appears to be a long 2-yard gain. Bring up second down, and, well, now they're marking it at 7 to go. Ethan took him off his feet, didn't he, Zane?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so second down. Fazio goes in motion. Up. Penalties. False start on the Cougars, going to back them up 5 yards. Now we've got second down and 11 from the, we'll call it the 14.5-yard line for the Cougars.
Ball just shy of the 25-yard line, bringing up second.
Excuse me, 25-yard line. All right. So Scott's back, flanked to the left by Fazio. Hand off to Fazio to the right side. Going to test that again, and Ethan takes his legs out again for about appears to be close to a 3-yard gain. It's going to bring up third down in a very long 9.
Number 13, Pablo Fazio around the corner. Met again by number 5, Ethan Fender. Short gain on the play, bringing up 3rd and 9.
They're testing that left side of the Warrior defense. Ethan's coming up definitely to fill that hole from his safety position on the run. All right. So Scott's back to pass. He throws to his left side and intended for 17, Ricardo Gonzalez, but he's a little wide right for an incomplete pass. Brings up 4th down and long 9 from around the 27-yard line of the Cougars.
I believe the Cougars are planning to punt. Looked like Central sent out some other players for a punt team. Ethan Fender back again.
Yeah. So we'll see who's punting this time because it doesn't look like who's been back there. It's 50. Omar Ramirez is back to punt. Standing at his own 16-yard line. Ethan's back to receive the punt at his own 42. The punt's, shanked to the right. It's going to be about a 9. Well, it's picked up on the Cougar side by number 22 down that ball, Logan Essex, but only after about a 16-yard punt. Again, the Warriors start in Cougar territory.
Don't really know what happened there on that punt. Looked like it might have come off the wrong part of the ball, but who knows?
Definitely some troubles in the Warrior or in the Cougar punt game tonight. 2 shanks and a block. They're having some difficulties there. So the Warriors begin play again in Cougar territory on the 46-yard line of the Cougars, 1st and 10.
With 3 convenient locations in Northwest Arkansas and over 25 highly skilled technicians, we can answer all your questions.
Henry McDaniels gets over the ball. Drew McClendon's at quarterback. Behind him is Malachi Kramer. Snaps back. Oh, fake. Ball's thrown. 27. Oh, my gosh. Clark Jenkins wide open, and he catches the ball all the way down to the 2-yard line before he's tackled. The tackle's made by...
Ball is down to the 2-yard line. This will bring up 1st and goal.
25. I'm sorry, the tackle was made. Silvestro Andres made the tackle, a shoestring tackle. So we have 1st and goal to go from the 2-yard line of the Cougars. So Cooper Dossett lines up behind Drew McClendon this time. Fender handoff to Cooper, and Cooper Dossett hard 2 yards for a touchdown. Another Warrior score.
Cooper Dossett with a 2-yard carry up the middle.
Looks like the kicking team goes out there. I think they did another thing that they did with Kai Kramer, kind of sneaking in the running back. The motion over by Ethan Fender to kind of throw off the defense, and it looks like it worked.
Logan Fleming's got the tee up for the point after attempt. Ball's down, kick is up. I'm sorry, that was Christian Delgado on the extra. Oh, sorry, it was left. Missed wide left. So,
And with the extra point, that brings you.
West Arkansas, then you need to call Absolute Heat and Air with over 73 years of combined experience. Their technicians are fully licensed and insured, background checked, and drug tested.
Kick away for the Warriors.
Absolutely trust me.
Well, the referee, Zane, said that the PAT was no good, but scoreboard says it was. So I like that score. So Logan Fleming tees up the ball. Good long kick, fielded by an up man at the 20-yard line. That would be 87, Alejandro Rojo. Met there by a host, but I'm going to give credit to 22, Austin Collins, for being at the bottom of that pile.
And the strong Warrior defense coming out right now. I think we're going to see a turnover. That's what I'm guessing, but you tell me, Jason.
We'll see. Cougars take over the ball 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. Here's 12, Braxton Scott is still quarterbacking. Lined up to his right is Facio. Appears to be a blitz. Facio gets a handoff and makes about maybe a long 2 yards gain. The bottom of the pile, getting up last, was Donovan Blakemore, but it was the host of left side there. So Jake, Dossett, Fender, and Malachi Kramer all on that left side defense did a great job. All right, 2nd down and a long 8 from roughly the 31-yard line of the Cougars. Facio's in motion, inside handoff to the right side. They're testing that side. Oh, my goodness. First met by Malachi Kramer.
That whole defensive line of the Warriors, Caden Huggins, Emmanuel Sanchez, Cameron Bolin, I think they're all definitely the biggest players and definitely the hardest, grittiest players, if that's a way to put it. I don't know much other way.
Well, it was a 4-yard loss on that play. Brings up 3rd down and 11 from the 28-yard line of the Cougars. Drew Edmondson is split left. Oh, he's being rushed. Scott's being scrambled. Makes it to the right side, and a shoestring tackle by number 7, Malachi Kramer, for a gain of maybe 2 yards. It's going to bring up 4th down and a very long 9 yards from the 30-yard line of the Cougars.
Looks like Cooper Dossett came off the outside and outside edge and almost got a sack, but Braxton didn't really notice if it was a juke or a stiff arm or if he just got past him.
All right, number 50, Omar Ramirez, is back to punt, standing at about his own 17-yard line. Ethan Fender is to receive the ball at his 40. Punts up. It's a low line drive. Ethan picks it up at the 35. Starts left. Good block. Goes up the middle. And he's eventually tackled at or around the 43-yard line of the Warriors by that would be 22, Logan Essex. But there is a flag on the play. It's either going to be holding or block in the back when you see those hankies on a punt return.
Looks like Ethan Fender had a little bit of a hard time picking up that ball, but ended up getting 10 yards out of it.
Yeah. So they called a legal block in the back. It's going to cost the Warriors some acreage, and so they're going to take over 1st and 10, first time in their own territory, around the 26-yard line.
We say their own territory, but I have a feeling they'll be in Cougar land here in a little bit.
Yeah, I do too. All right. Drew McClendon has 21. Lane Reeder behind him. All right. Henry McDaniel gets over the ball. Hands off to Lane. Lane gets up to the right side, and he's stopped there. First by 66 for the Cougars. That would be, who would that be? Enrique Martinez. Up to around the 27, so not much of a gain there. Brings up 2nd down and we'll call it 10. So Drew takes it, throws a quick out.
Pass the flats, number 6, Peyton McKee.
Quick out to Peyton McKee. Peyton McKee gets that ball, runs it up to about the 34-yard line for a gain of a good 8 yards, brings up 3rd down and a long 2. Appears there in a hurry up.
Peyton McKee
Drew
hit
gets
him.
the handoff, hands it off to Lane Reeder, and there's a whistle on the play.
Peyton McKee got that pass and hit number 12 hard right in the face mask. I don't know if I'd want to be number 12 right now.
Now, Braxton made the tackle, but it was a hard tackle. So they're calling a legal substitution, 12 men on the field for the Cougars. That 5 yards is going to result in a 1st and 10 for the Warriors. So they'll begin another set of downs from their own 39-yard line. We'll need to hurry. There's only about 46 seconds left in the half. So Drew takes back, throws out. Oh, an incomplete pass. A little high for Landon Anderson over on the left side. Bring up clock stops in 37 seconds, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 39-yard line.
Thought Central would go with a no huddle just to try and squeeze in another touchdown, but looks like they're going to pass mostly to get further down the field.
Well, we'll see. That's a good offense. All right. So Drew, we got Ethan in motion. Drew takes the ball, is running left. He's all alone. He makes the cut. Don't block in the back, please. Don't block. All right. Runs out of bounds at around the Cougar 47-yard line. Enough for a 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
Great job by Drew McClinton to hold that ball, and man, he is fast quarterback for any quarterback in this league right now. He got 10 yards out of that and really ran about 25.
Yeah, he did. All right. 1st down and 10 from the Cougar 47. Drew goes back to pass, throws it out to Ethan Fender. Ethan goes up the right side. Block out here by Daniel Jeek. Ethan can keep going, but he's finally tossed out of bounds by 87, Alejandro Rojo, but not before he gets down to the Cougar, 18-yard line? That was a good 20-yard, basically catch and run on Ethan's part.
Great job by Daniel Jake just to get a little block, and Ethan cut around him and looked like he gained 10 yards out of it.
Yep. All right, 9 seconds left. Drew gets the snap back. He's looking deep. He's being flushed out of the pocket. He throws out of the end zone, incomplete. Target was 6, Peyton McKee, but it was just a little tall for him. So with 1 second left, Logan Fleming trots out. He is going to attempt a 35-yard field goal from the right hash.
With 1 second left in the half, Logan Fleming on to attempt the field goal. Jimmy Fleming holding.
So Drew is going to set the ball down at the 25. Ball's down, the kick is up, and it's wide left. So as the first half ends on a missed field goal, it's the Central Warriors 28 and the Southwest 9th grade Cougars 0.
Looks like we may get a performance from the Central Cheer or the Central Dance tonight. Maybe a little bit of band action up in there.
The Central Band has been really pumping the crowd up, and they're under the direction of Dr. Bradley Coker. He's doing an excellent job with the band.
Agreed.
Wildcat fans, keep up with your favorite team all year long with the official app of HAR-BER Wildcat Athletics. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the HAR-BER Athletics app will keep you up to date with all things Wildcat. Schedules, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the HAR-BER Wildcats, proudly presented by McClarty Daniel. Download today for free in the App Store and Google Play. Bulldog fans, keep up with your favorite team all year long with the official app of Springdale Bulldog Athletics. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Springdale Athletics app will keep you up to date with all things Bulldog. Schedules, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the Springdale Bulldogs, proudly presented by McClarty Daniel. Download today for free in the App Store and Google Play.
You can love where you live and play at an apartment community managed by Lindsay Management Company. Affordable apartments with awesome amenities, including clubhouses, fitness center, pools, tennis and basketball courts, and playgrounds at select locations. Many locations also include golf privileges, business centers, game rooms, tanning beds, whirlpools, saunas, and resort-style swimming pools. View rates, photos, and apply online at lindsaymanagement.com.
We're given every opportunity to succeed because we are #the choice for
Education.
Athletics.
Music.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be for you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Athletics in Springdale has been producing winners since 1910. Our coaches do a tremendous job connecting our students to our schools. We are one community.
Follow Springdale Public Schools on all social media platforms. On Facebook and Twitter, you can find up-to-date information about events, school closures, and student and faculty achievements. Instagram provides weekly highlights and major news. YouTube is the home for sports live streams, district news, student productions, school board meetings, and live performances. Connect to Springdale Public Schools for pictures, videos, news, events, and more.
I really like to work on one class for a whole day, which I have the flexibility to do.
So as we were looking at all the various programs, we looked at several different programs, but the one that we were most excited about was the School of Innovations virtual school, because it seemed to have a good balance of it being well organized with a good pace, but at the same time allowing for some flexibility to work with our own schedule, and then also allow our kids to be interested in other things as well.
Well, I'm able to help my parents in their company.
So she's helping us to figure out who gets what and put them in the boxes and take them and weigh them and shipping. And So she got to see and be involved in that whole process along the way of what it looks like to try to start a business, which was really fun for her.
So my parents and I, we own a company called Iachika. It's a company that inspires girls, and we try to really help girls build up their inner strength. We have super cool apparel and events.
Unless she's testing, she can walk away from the middle of her math lesson and come in and see what we have going on.
It's really flexible and enables me to do all sorts of different things.
Zaxby's food has always brought people together, catering to the big moments, the little wins, the long talks, and the quick getaways. Because food this inviting is bound to add a lot of flavor to your life.
Introducing the Zax Pack. Served with chicken fingers, sides, Texas toast, and iced tea. Pick one up for dinner or your next event. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
Our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means you'll find less waiting where it matters most. Faster care in the emergency room. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge at Northwest Health System, Bentonville, and Springdale.
Welcome home to Lindsay Living. Affordable rates, available on-site management, attitudes of service, and amenities unmatched make residents love where they live and play. From value-packed basic apartments to resort-style living on golf courses, we manage options to fit your needs and wants. Apply online at lindsaymanagement.com for locations throughout Arkansas and in surrounding states.
Athletics in Springdale has been producing winners since 1910. Our coaches do a tremendous job connecting our students to our schools. We are one community.
If you absolutely, positively want the best heating and air company in Northwest Arkansas, then you need to call Absolute Heat and Air with over 73 years of combined experience. Their technicians are fully licensed and insured, background checked, and drug tested, so you can absolutely trust Absolute Heat and Air. They offer $49 service calls all year long, 24/7, 365. The absolute best value around. Call Absolute Heat and Air or visit us online.
The Don Tyson School of Innovation in the Springdale Schools now offers middle-level courses. If you are entering 6th or 7th grade, you can enroll now at the School of Innovation.
School of Innovation offers complete options for an advanced placement program. Students can take classes at an accelerated pace to complete high school with time for other opportunities. Students can attend high school and earn an associate's degree at the same time. At the School of Innovation, you can also earn certifications that are recognized in business and industry.
In 7th grade, academic programs include STEM instruction in math and science, humanities instruction, English language, arts, and social studies, Spanish immersion for non-native speakers, Spanish for native speakers with culture and communication connection. Program of studies include East, engineering, robotics, drones, urban agriculture, medical arts, computer science, visual arts, and theater. If you're interested in applying to the School of Innovation, go to soi.sdel.org for more information and how to enroll.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best. We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as HAR-BER.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
We started homeschooling about, 3 years ago. Right now, there's so much available in terms of homeschooling that it's a little bit overwhelming.
So I started homeschooling in the 5th grade, and we were doing club soccer, so we were traveling.
I first became interested in the Don Tyson School of Innovation, just what they were doing, and was fascinated by their approach. So I went and studied their website and saw that they had a virtual school.
It's really flexible. It enables me to do all sorts of different things. And then also being able to contact teachers if I have questions that my parents can't deal with.
She really loves science, and she was moving so fast that they were able to actually move her up a grade. But then her math, she was kind of struggling with that a little bit, so we were able to try and tweak the program to fit where her needs were.
I'd love to go and play college soccer. I'd love to go as high up as I can in the soccer world. But I think ultimately I'd love to work for NASA, either as an astronomer or as some kind of engineer to help colonize different planets.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. HAR-BER. Hometown Fresh.
When accidents happen, our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge can mean less waiting and faster care. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge at Northwest Health System Bentonville and Springdale.
Zaxby's food has always brought people together. Catering to the big moments, the little wins, the long talks, and the quick getaways. Because food this inviting is bound to add a lot of flavor to your life.
Introducing the Zax Pack. Serve with chicken fingers, sides, Texas toast, and iced tea. Pick one up for dinner or your next event. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post. From downtown to way out of town. To connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected and energized with Ozarks Go.
Half of Central football. As we start the third
All right, to begin the second half, Central will be receiving. Back deep is for the Warriors is 5, Ethan Fender, 21 Lane Reeder. And 27 Clark Jenkins. Number 50, Omar Ramirez, has the ball teed up to begin this second half of play. Whistle's blown. Ramirez has kicked the ball. Taken by Ethan on the 18. He goes up the middle. He's at the 35. He's at the 40. He's still on his feet at the 50, and he's drugged down at the 49-yard line by number 7, Carlos Chavez.
If Carlos Chavez wouldn't have got that jersey, Ethan would have been gone to the end zone.
Yeah, it was definitely a last grasp, I would say. So big thanks go out to the Southwest coaching staff. They were kind enough to give me the first half stats. Southwest had 14 yards rushing and a negative 4 yards passing in that first half for a total yardage of 10 yards, whereas Central had 52 yards rushing on 7 carries and 107 yards passing on 6 completions for 159. All right, Drew McClendon is back. Hands off to 21. Lane, still on his feet, but finally brought down. Lane was finally brought down after about a 1 yard gain at the almost 50-yard line.
One tackle by number 71, Sergio Miranda. Brings up second down and 9 from the 50.
Appears that the tackle was made by, got to look here, 71, Sergio Miranda. So on second down and 9, Lane moves up to the right. Ethan Fender's in motion. Inside handoff to Ethan. He cuts it up. He's gone. Nope. He's up, stumbling. Brought down around the 22 by a shoestring tackle by 22, Logan Essex. Man, just got him stumbling and down. There's a flag on the play.
Barely taken down.
Appears to be holding on the Warriors. That's going to bring back a beautiful run by Ethan Fender. Cost him good solid 10 yards. Brings up second down and 20 now from the 40-yard line of the Warriors.
10-yard penalty brings up second down and 19 for the Warriors.
All right. 6, Peyton McKee split out right. 9, Ethan Laska is split out left. Drew gets the ball, throws it out to Laska. Good block out there by 40. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. 10, 5, touchdown Warriors.
Ethan Laska on the touchdown. Beautiful run down the field. Almost went out of bounds, I'd say, but kept in and took a touchdown in there.
Yeah, 51-yard pass completion for a touchdown. All right, Logan Fleming is set to kick the point after attempt. Ball is down. The kick is up. And it's good.
And the kick is good.
So with 6 minutes and 19 seconds left in the third quarter, it's Central correction on the scoreboard, 34, Southwest 0.
Great job by Ethan Laska, making a great catch. Drew also throwing a great pass. I don't know if you could have asked for a better throw. Straight to his chest. Ethan fast took off, and I don't think there was any way Southwest was catching him.
I would also probably like to say I think that was Warren Hall that made a really nice downfield block.
I didn't see it, but I'll agree with you on that one.
All right, Logan Fleming's got the ball teed up. All right, back deep is 13 Facio and 17 Gonzalez to receive Fleming's his kickoff. Facio, nope, it's a fumble. Facio picks it up on the 12. He's up the center. And he's finally brought down at about the 27 by
Fielded by number 13, Pablo Facio. Brought down by number 35, Giovanni Caviasca.
by number 35. Oh, that would.
Ball is placed at the 28-yard line. First and 10, Cougars.
So the Cougars take over 1st and 10 on their own 28. That tackle was made by Kaviaska, Giovanni. And so Braxton Scott's back at quarterback. Facio's in motion. Handoff to Facio over the left side. And he's first met in the hole there by 27, Clark Jenkins, after about a 4-yard gain, bringing up 2nd down and 6.
Clark Jenkins coming up from safety to get that hit. Read that very well.
Well, it was a big hole, and he filled that hole quickly. All right, brings up 2nd down and 6 from the 31-yard line. 17 Gonzalez is split right. There's a double shift there. Looks strong right now. Hand the ball off to Facio over the right side. He's met in the hole. Clark Jenkins at his ankles, and Ethan Laska up high, but not before he gained about 6 yards for a 1st and 10. So the Cougars will again first another set of downs on their own 38-yard line.
The 43-yard line, 38-yard line. That's good for a Southwest 1st down.
Again, another shift to the right side, making it strong side. Again, Facio takes the ball on the right side, and he's met in the hole by 27, Clark Jenkins, and 5, Ethan Fender, after about a gain of good 3 yards up to around the 41-yard line.
As I was talking to Coach Foranger this weekend, he and I both agreed that Central's defense is probably one of the fastest defenses in the league this year. And I think he's right, and I fully agree with him. You know, Caden Huggins, a fast, big guy. Clark Jenkins, one of the faster players. Lane Reeder on corner is really fast. So definitely alignment and staying speedy, and they've got a perfect
Empty
defense.
backfield. Braxton Scott takes a ball up the middle, but he's met by 28, filling the hole, Daniel Jake, and around his ankles there's 40, what is that? That's Warren Hall again in there, and not to mention Caden Huggins and a whole bunch of Warriors for no gain. Brings up 3rd down and 7. Guess it was about a loss of a yard. So Scott's still at quarterback. 25, Silvestro Andres is to his right, and there's a flag on the play. Appears to be offsides on the Warriors, and that's going to cost them a few yards there. So it's now, with the tacked-on penalty, 3rd down and 2 from the 46-yard line of the Cougars. Right. Braxton Scott with Facio to his left. Again, moving to a strong right side, and they called false start. So the 5 yards they gain for the offsides, they lose for the false start. So we're now back to roughly 3rd down and 8. Well, we'll call it 7 from the 41-yard line of the Cougars.
Again, right back to where they started.
No time elapsed, and we've changed. All right. Cougars break huddle. Braxton Scott is the lone setback. It's Facio Gonzalez. He throws 22 and through the hands of number 22, Logan Essex, for an incompletion.
Looks like Logan Essex had Ethan Fender and number 7, Malachi Kramer, both on him. Wasn't really a pass interference, but they were definitely close.
Yeah, they were ready. All right. So number 5, Ethan Fender, is back at his own 25-yard line, waiting the punt from Omar Ramirez.
Southwest of punt, number 5, Ethan Fender back to receive.
Oh, another low snap. We're going to see what they call here. There's a flag down. And they got the Warriors for jumping into the neutral zone. So that's going to cost the Warriors 5 yards. Now it's back to 4th down and roughly 2 from the Warrior 49. However, Ramirez is still back in punt formation. Ethan Fender's now backed up to his own 22 to receive the punt. Punts up. Ethan calls for fair catch at about the 24-yard line.
Almost thought there for a second Ethan Fender was going to try and pull a North Texas play there.
Oh, no, he waved. I thought maybe the defender getting him down low they might have called. But anyway, so the Warriors will begin this series of downs from their own. I guess they marked him at the 24. So out comes the Warrior offense. There's out there on the line is 55. Dylan Hughes is now out there in the line. 67. Cameron Bolin is still out there. Snap back to Drew. Drew hands it off.
Hand off to number 35.
To 35, which is, I don't have the, oh, I think that's Giovanni Caviasco. Gained about 4 yards on the play, tackled by, I believe that was 87, Alejandro Rojo, but I could be mistaken. Okay. Second down and 5, handoff to Giovanni for about a 2-yard gain, tackled by number 70 for the Cougars, Keegan Ware. Brings up 3rd down and 1 yard from the 34-ish yard line.
68, Robert Riley, great job to keep his end off the outside, and I think his end was one of the only players not to touch running back.
All right, stacking the line against this run. Flag on the play. We'll see what it is.
I believe offsides.
Oh, they called false start on the Warriors, backing them up 5 more yards. So instead of having a 3rd and 1, very manageable 1 yard, it's going to now be 3rd down and 6 from the 28-yard, inside the 28-yard line, or inside the 29-yard line. Cougars kind of stacked the box. They had almost all 11 players in the box there. All right. Timeout's been called by the Central coaches. Coach Foringer wants to talk about the next series, this 3rd down play.
At first, I thought that the flag was down because of offsides on the defense for stacking up that line, but I guess not. I thought maybe some of them running up to the line might have made the ref see something, but.
Well, it appears they drew motion off of ours by those stunts on the line. All right, the teams are returning to the field out of that timeout. Drew's back at quarterback. Right behind him is Giovanni Caviasco, 35.
Looks
They're
like
stacking the box. Looks like they're blitzing again. Fake handoff. Drew goes back to throw the ball. He throws, and it's intended for 20. Hayden Duffel, but it was a little short. Brings up 4th down and 6.
I think the Cougars are trying their best to load the box to maybe put a little more pressure than usual on Drew, maybe cause a little fumble action, but I don't think that's going to work on the Warriors tonight.
Number 5, Ethan Fender back for his first punt of the night. The ball is down at the south.
I thought with Ethan Fender back there, might try and run some sort of trick play, but just let him punt the ball.
Number 12, Braxton Scott's pass. Number 22, Logan Essex is incomplete. Brings up 2nd down and 10 from the Southwest 48.
Good coverage by 22, Austin Collins, and 29, Michael Mendoza. I mean, who knows what could have happened if they weren't there.
All right, so 2nd down and 10 from the 48, from the Cougar 48. Snaps back, handoff to Facio to the right. Thought we were going to get him there. First hit by 25, Logan Frenzel. And then brought down on the play was 22, Austin Collins, and a couple of other Warriors there. But not after about a 6-yard gain. Bringing up 3rd down and a long 4 yards from the central, we'll say 47-yard line. All right. Break the huddle with number 5, Drew Edmondson out left. 17, shifting over to the strong right side as they've done in the past. Handoff to Fazio up the right side. He bulls his way down to around the 41-yard line, and that's enough. 5-yard gain, that's enough for a Cougar 1st and 10.
To the central 41-yard line, that's good for a Southwest 1st down.
So 67, Cameron Bowman still over the nose. 56, Caden Huggins on the left side. Well, that's the end of the 3rd quarter. So after the end of 3, it's your score, the Central 9th grade Warriors 34 and the Southwest 9th grade Cougars 0.
Attention students, now is the time to call your parents or guardians to ensure that you have a ride waiting here at the end of the game. Attention all students, if you need to call for a ride, call your parent or guardian now so they can be here by game's end. Thank you.
All right. as we begin the fourth quarter, Cougars have the ball. 1st and 10 from the Central 42.
First down and 10 for the Cougars.
Another overshift to the right side. Braxton Scott takes it, hands it off to Facio on the left side. He is first hit by 22, Austin Collins, and then taken down by a whole host of Warriors. But not until he gets about 8 yards, bringing up 2nd down and 2 from the Warriors' 33-yard line. We'll call it that.
All I've seen is good coverage from Austin Collins tonight.
All right, so on a short 2nd down play, motion man is 17. Ricardo Gonzalez. He's tackled after about a 4-yard gain down to the 30-yard line, but that's enough for a Cougar 1st and 10. Tackle made there appears to be Donovan Blakemore was at the bottom of that pile, made first contact. All right, so 1st and 10 from the Warrior 30. I'm pretty for sure, Zane, this is the deepest the Cougars have been in Warrior territory. All right, handoff to Facio on the left side. Who do I see getting up at the bottom of that pile? I believe that is 17, Chase Farr.
13, Pablo Facio on the carry.
But not after about we'll call it a 3-yard gain down to the Warrior 27. All right. Shift to the right side, we've seen pretty popular. Handoff to Facio over the right side. Bulls his way down to around the 23-yard line. Getting up off the bottom of that pile is 13, Hayden Peters. But there were a host of Warriors in on that tackle as well to bring down Facio. He's a good, strong runner. All right, on 3rd down and 3.
3-yard line. Bring up 3rd down and 2.
Oh, there's a flag on the play. It appears somebody on the Warriors jumped off sides. That's going to cost the Warriors 5 yards, but it gives the Cougars another set of downs, a new set of downs from the, the 18 there, Zane?
Yeah, I see Latimer Wilmoth coming onto the field. Had a great 8th grade game. Let's see what he can do playing up for 9th grade.
He's a good player. All right. So motion is Facio. Scott takes it to the left side. Oh, he gets hit there first by, who was that, 50? Yeah, that's Johan Gochi there made that great tackle for no gain.
Number 12, Braxton Scott with the keeper.
So it brings up 2nd down and 10. Sitting there on about the about the 18-yard line of Central. Facio in motion, handoff to the right side. He's got a host of blockers. Get him down, and he breaks through a host of Central blockers, and runs it in for an 18-yard touchdown. So
looks like they're going to try and kick instead of going for a 2-point conversion.
So it looks like number 50. We've talked to Omar Ramirez is going to attempt the PAT. However, we'll see what happens here. The Cougars break huddle, and it appears now they're going to go for 2. Who's that in the back there, Zane? 18? That's Caleb Horsey, and he throws the ball and incomplete. So the 2-point conversion is no good. So with 4 minutes and 57 seconds left in this ball game, it's the Central Warriors 34, and the Southwest Cougars are on the board with 6.
Great job by Preston Stevens to block that pass and in the end zone. Just saved the Central Warriors 2 points from the Cougars.
Logan Essex was the receiver that the ball was thrown targeted to, so but it was incomplete. All right, well, we're back. 50, Omar Ramirez to tee the ball up. Back deep for the Warriors. Who is that? That's 43, Ross Haney. Who's in the center there? 18, Hudson Brewer. And on the far right side, it's hard to tell who that is. A couple more Warriors rush on to the field.
Late substitutions for the Warriors.
And the kick. Oh, flag on the play.
And the kick is blown dead. Looks like we're going to hit the reset button and try that one more time, folks.
Seems that Ramirez kicked the ball before the referees put the ball in place. So we're going to do it again. So the kick, and it goes out of bounds at about the 23, and that's going to cost, that'll be a penalty on the kicking team.
28-yard line. That'll be a penalty on the play.
So the Warriors will take over the ball on their own 35-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 to go on the 35 after that kick out of bounds.
Looks like the ball will be placed in the 35-yard line where Central offense will take over first and 10.
All right. All right, so the Warriors take over on their own 35. Whoop, timeout, Warriors.
I have to say, I've seen a player who's been working hard and doing a great job, Robert Riley, on the field right now.
Make sure that you have already called your parent and guardian for a ride. If you have not done so, do now. All students, if you need a ride, please contact your parent or guardian.
Also, a part of the media team here at Central. If you want to vote for Robert Riley, he's running for student government of Central Junior High.
All right. So we start this with 4 minutes and 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We got a new quarterback, Keegan Lehman, who quarterbacked the 8th grade team to a victory earlier tonight. Lineman in this time out, there's going to be 78. Gavin Mayhew's out there. 68, Robert Riley. 71, Luke Sherham is out there. Let's see, who else is out there, Zane? 63. Jake Fontenopoulos is the center. Lehman is in the back. Handoff to to 47 for about a 4-yard gain. Oh, no.
Number 47 carries the ball to the 39-yard line.
All right. So after that hard rush for about 4 yards, brings up 2nd down and 6 from the Warrior 39. 31, Ronnie Stillwell to the right. He takes the handoff from Keegan, and he's stopped there at around the 41-yard line. Who's in on that tackle there? It appears to be Zane, 85 for the Cougars, Caleb Flores. Brings up 3rd down and 4 from the 41-yard line of the Warriors. Keegan Lehman gets the play from the sidelines. Warriors are lined up. Snaps back, handoff. Up the middle. Oh, he's broke away. 37, 40. It's a good, solid 10-yard run by Colin Redo.
The middle by number 47. Ball's placed at the southwest 46-yard line.
Yep. So the Warriors that was a 10-yard run on 3rd down. Well for the 1st and 10. They're back in Cougar territory again. So they'll begin 1st and 10 from the Cougar 46. They break huddle, 29. Michael Mendoza is right, 51. Riley Easterling is split left. Snaps back, handoff. That's 31. Ronnie Stillwell. He gets a good, solid 6 yards up the middle. First person in on that tackle appeared to be 85, Caleb Flores. So it brings up 2nd down and 4 for the Warriors from the Cougar inside their 39-yard line.
I think the Warriors are going to try and get one more touchdown for this game.
All right. Keegan Lehman breaks huddle. He has 44. Luke Adams behind him. Snaps back, a little high, hands off. And he's thrown down pretty hard by 55. That would be Joel Ramos. After a couple yards gain, brings up 3rd down and a long 3 yards.
Brings up 3rd down and a short 3 for the Warriors.
So on 3rd down and short, Keegan Lehman breaks huddle. Ronnie Stillwell's behind him. Snap is back. Handoff to Stillwell to the right side, and he's brought down right there at the line of scrimmage by number 60, Christian Vaquera. We're going to bring up 4th down and 4th down and 4 after that run for no gain. See what Coach Foringer calls here on 4th. Keegan brings the play in. Breaks huddle. .41, Colin Redo is behind him to his left. Takes a snap back, hands it off to Colin. Colin spin around, and he is first met in the hole there at the bottom by that number 50, Omar Ramirez, for no gain. So he turns the ball over on downs. And Southwest will begin play with a little less than a minute left to go in the game from their own 41-yard line.
Omar made first contact, but it did take 3 Southwest players to take down Colin Redo.
Yeah, Colin ran hard. It looked like he might have lost the ball, but was really doing a good job to keep his grips on it. So the clock's in play. Nose guard for the Warriors is going to be 68. Robert Davis to his left is going to be 32. Evan Allen to his right is, 54?
Robert Davis for Student
Ladder
Government.
Wilmuth. All right. So at quarterback now, I can't. Oh. Oh, sorry. Thought it was an offsides penalty, but now they called delay of game. That's going to cost the Cougars 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 15 from the 36-yard line. The new quarterback for the Cougars is 10. Yep. Snap back, handoff over the left side. Met there first by 51, Riley Easterling. But in on the play, the tackle also was 33, Lucas Byer. Well, that's the ball game. So last play of the game is done and over, and Central comes out victorious, 34-6. Great game, Zane. I thought the Warriors won in all facets of the game tonight.
Agree.
Well, the last time these two teams are rivals, the next time you'll see them suited up, they'll all be Wildcats. Thank you. Have a good evening.